What race are you? In the beginning was Africa, where the first evidence of human life was found, making all the world originally from Africa. Who are you? What is your identity and what does that mean? Where do you feel that you belong? How are we different and alike? When we figured animal species, we also questioned human species. That has been the question that men of science attempted to answer since the 16th century. By the 19th century, men had invented the races of mankind, groups that distinguish human species. The term race loosely means common descent. This was illustrated by British artist John Emslie in The Principal Varieties of Mankind. Mongoloid, also known as Asiatic, Yellow, and Oriental, was designated to the peoples of Asia, the Americas, and some parts of Europe and Oceania. Their characteristics include flat faces with low nasal root, flat lying eyelids, thick, tight, dark hair, and dark eyes. Their skin is yellow, brownish, and stature is short and stocky. Australoids are indigenous to Australia, but also found in Southeast Asia, Melanesia, and regions of East Asia. They are also known as Dravidians. Some have different features than others. The people of Sri Lanka have dark skin and wavy hair, and the Melanesian group has straight and kinky hair. Their general features include long heads with dark hair, chocolate skin color, black and brown eyes, and massive jaws with straight teeth. The nose is broad. Caucasoid or Europeans are found in parts of Europe, Western Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa. Caucasoid traits include thin or narrow noses, a small mouth with thin lips. The forehead is high. Eye colors from hazel, blue, and green in varying shades. Also brown. Stature usually tall and hair from light blonde to darker shades of brown is straight to wavy flat. Facial hair is moderately abundant. Polynesians are a composite race of early Mediterranean, Asiatic Mongoloid, and Oceanic Negro. They're concentrated on Polynesian islands in the Pacific Ocean, namely New Zealand, Friendly Islands, Samoa, and Hawaii. Their skin is light brown to yellow brown. Hair is wavy or straight and either black or brown. Nose is slightly depressed, high ridged, and straight, with thick nasal tip and broad wings. Eye color is varying from medium brown to dark brown. The face is long and broad with prominent cheekbones and high forehead that is slightly sloped. Lips are moderately thick. Their stature is tall, the body muscular and well built. Negroids are indigenous to Africa's southern Sahara Desert region, but are also found in South and Southeast Asia. They are described as dark skinned, varying from dark brown, reddish brown, chocolate to nearly black. They have dark, tightly curled hair that may be woolly or frizzy. Eyes are dark with yellowish cornea. The nose is broad and flat, and the mouth and jawbone is large. Teeth are also large. Lips are thick. Stature varies by region from tall to short. Native Americans are part of the Mongoloid race with straight black hair, dark eyes, reddish brown to yellow brown skin color, and sparse body hair, a slight forehead, prominent cheekbones, and extended eyebrow. The forehead is lifted and slightly protruding. The eyes have a slanted shape that upsweeps toward the corners. They have distinct, long, shovel-like teeth and ears of average size. Status is taller than some Europeans at 5'6" on average. These descriptions represent scientific attempts to identify the species of mankind, but they also measured the head and brain size per race and drew conclusions about intellectual abilities. So, what race are you? We generally designate identity with a race that somewhat aligns with these descriptions and regions that exhibit these characteristics. Are you Caucasoid, white, Mongoloid, Oriental, Australoid, or Negroid from Africa or the African diaspora? Yes, this is so difficult because it is obvious that man invented the concept of race for scientific and other purposes. By classifying groups of people, we assign social stratification identities to also assign value and privileges. This is a typical hierarchy chart developed by those who invented race. They are evident in every society created by those in power. Whites rank at the top, which means that they are deemed superior, measured by agreed upon value standards. They are eligible for leadership and the highest positions in that society. It implies that they are better than other groups. Ethnic groups that receive the next level of advantage are those closest to white. This can be achieved through assimilation and acceptance or access to power. In American society, once discriminated against groups are now designated as white, with all the privileges awarded to that status. The indigenous population has been designated a value due to their status as natives. They are real sons of the soil. Despite their history of exploitation, generally government programs and land is reserved for them. They can assume some level of self governance. However, they tend to have little political or social power. Blacks on several hierarchy charts are at the lowest ranking level. Reasons vary depending on the region or nation in power. As with the scientists exploring the concept of race, biases carry over to the modern age. Rank and access to privileges in every society. As you review the following charts, consider the possible criteria used to uplift some and doom others to lives more challenging that may be necessary, simply by assigning them a lower level of respect and opportunity. Take note that in many areas around the world, skin color, the closer to whiteness, allows more acceptance. But what of today? Everybody is mixed. So, can a heredity test tell you your race since we can no longer fall back on race features? 80 to 90% of genetic variation is within populations. So the fraction between populations is very small. And there's no evidence that certain populations have specific physical or intellectual abilities over any other. We know that from the talent displayed at the Olympics, and more so by the outstanding achievements, regardless of the location on the globe. The real question is, are humans hardwired to be suspicious of those who look different than themselves? Now, this is a question that needs address.